Because that's also a day where you have a ton of great college football games, not just Ohio State and Michigan. So one day for you, what is that day?
I think I'd have to go March Madness.
Thursday.
Let me pick the probably Thursday, but let me see the bracket come out and which day has the best games.
Yeah.
But a Thursday, Friday of that would be great. Again, 614-821-9710 is the number. That's the number Greg called. Greg's up first on the Fan Call-In Show. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, guys. I'd like to talk Big Ten football.
All right, let's do it.
I'd like to know what you guys think are going to be the top 4 finishers in the Big Ten this year. I'm going to give you mine and let you critique it. Actually, I'm going to start with the top 5. I've got a 3-way tie for 5th place of Indiana, Michigan, and Nebraska. Both Michigan and Nebraska have a fair amount of returning starters, and they did pretty well in the portal. And I still believe in Indiana. I think they could win 9 games. So I have that as a 3-way tie. In the 4th spot, the 3 and 4 were difficult for me. They could flip these either way. But in the 4th spot is a team that looks really good on paper, and they have a lot of returners. But I see them losing 2 games, and that's Penn State. Some of the national polls have them ranked as high as 3 nationally. And the 3rd spot, I have Oregon. This is kind of a rebuilding year for them, but I believe in Dan Lanning. Do a good job. The next one, when I look at Ohio State's schedule this coming year, the game that scares me the most is not Texas, it's not Penn State, it's not Michigan, it's Illinois. Illinois has 16 returning starters. They did pretty good in the portal. And I look at their schedule, I only see 1 loss, and that's Ohio State. I see them running the table. Call me crazy, but I have them number 2, and of course on top, I have Ohio State. Those are my picks.
Greg, it's a great call. Thank you for that. I think we got like 8 teams there, not just a top 5.
Yeah.
I love his Illinois pick. If you look at Illinois' schedule, literally the only tough game on there is Ohio State, and they get Ohio State at home. Scotty, you and I have talked about this. That Illinois game scares me a lot for Ohio State this year. We know that Burt Bielema, the SEC experience didn't go great for him, but he can coach in the Big Ten. He's proven that, and he's doing a lot at Illinois. I think Illinois, Penn State is hard for me to not have in the top 3 of the Big Ten this year, and obviously Oregon's very talented. I think Illinois is a top 3 finisher in the Big Ten this year.
Boy, you guys, that's wild because, yes, looking at that schedule, you see Western Illinois, you see Duke and Western Michigan as a non-conference. Illinois should absolutely win all their non-conference games. And then you look at the conference, and you basically have every tough opponent that you would play at home, right? So USC is a home game for Illinois. Ohio State's a home game. And there's just not a lot on there.
The Big Ten opener against Indiana at Indiana might be tough for them. Yeah. We'll have to see how Mendoza, the transfer quarterback, does. I've seen some early mock drafts that have that guy in the first round somehow. I'm not sure about that, and I believe in Cignetti. He's a good coach, so that one will be tough on the road at Indiana. This schedule lines up great for Illinois.
I can get behind Illinois being an 11-1 football team this year.
When you guys earlier on the money were talking about your playoff bets, I think that's a team you could throw in as a sweetener.
Yeah.
One of those plus money teams that has a shot, I think that's a good pick.
Now, those odds aren't out yet, but let's say... Let's kind of guess at what the odds on that would be because, all right, again, you expect there will probably be 4 Big Ten teams that make it in a 12-team, right? I mean, you can just almost assume that 4, it's either 3, 4, or 5, and most likely there's 4.
And most of those are going to have Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, really.
Correct. Those 3 are you feel like are very likely. And then you're kind of up for grabs with Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan. Yeah. That would probably be the next tier. Maybe USC. Probably not. But Yeah.
Nebraska, maybe.
Yeah, I could kind of get behind Illinois being an 11-1 playoff team, and I would say you might see those odds at plus 250 to make the playoff.
That's what I was thinking. Plus 250, plus 300, somewhere in that, plus 240, somewhere in that range. And that would be a team that I think would be a nice sweetener to your make the playoff bet.
Now, I will say this. When the schedule came out last year for the Big Ten and everybody was looking at teams that could make a run, everybody was looking at Iowa because you took a peek at Iowa's schedule and you're like, oh, Iowa doesn't have a really tough non-conference schedule, and Iowa plays Ohio State, and that's really it as far as the great teams. And then Iowa never sniffed being able to make the playoffs. So is Illinois going to be this year's is Illinois this year going to be Iowa from last year, where you have expectations that are high for them and they don't meet that, or are they going to be like Indiana, where they're actually a playoff team?
It'd be interesting to see. I think. Like I said, I think it's worth a little swing there on Illinois. Again, 614-821-9710 is the number. Plenty of room for you. More of the Fan Call-In Show next on 97.1 The Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Want to learn about Pick 4 from the Ohio Lottery? Okay. Pick 4 is a daily draw game where you pick 4 individual numbers between 0 and 9 that can be played straight, where each number must be drawn in an exact order or box where they can be drawn in any order. You can win up to $2,500 on a 50-cent bet. Learn more at OhioLottery.com or the Ohio Lottery app. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly. Want to go back to the radio? Okay.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. This month of May is a fantastic time to win at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Win a pair of tickets to the Memorial Tournament by visiting at Hollywood Columbus on social media and follow the steps for a chance to win. You've got a chance every Tuesday for second chance drawings. You can cash in on your losing wagers. 5 winners every Tuesday get $100 pen cash. Plus, all you can eat ribs Tuesdays and Thursdays in May, only at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's a different world today than it was 30 years ago when I started Care Heating and Cooling. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, 30 years ago, you were the first to warn of companies using service technicians as salespeople, of abusing the trust that a service technician has. With the big conglomerates now buying companies all over Central Ohio, this has become the normal business model.
It's all about greed. The conglomerates know they can make a lot more money by incentivizing their technicians to sell air conditioners instead of fixing them. They train their techs to take advantage of a customer when they are the most vulnerable.
Dad, that is not how we were taught. In 2024, Care Heating and Cooling was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite Fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Hey Sports Cards fans, I'm Jeff with my buddy Adam, and we run Huggy Kissy Bear breaks on the Whatnot app. What's a card break? Simple. We open boxes of cards live, you pick your team, and we send you all the hits. With over 2,300 5-star reviews, we're all about you. New to card breaks? No sweat. We've got you covered with a sweet welcome package from us. Download the Whatnot app and follow us on Instagram and TikTok to view all of our past Sugar Bear hits. Huggy Kissy Bear Breaks, where collectors win big.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know firsthand what it's like to battle through joint pain. After years of the hard hits and the wear and tear on the field, I thought pain, it was just going to be something I had to live with. Let me tell you, that's no longer the case thanks to QC Kinetics. For over 8 years, QC Kinetics has been leading the charge nationwide in non-surgical joint pain relief, helping over 50,000 patients get back to doing what they love, pain-free. Whether it's your knees, back, hips, shoulders, you pick it. If joint pain's been slowing you down, you need to hear about what Dr. Aaron Walkoff and his team in Columbus are doing. They're using cutting-edge regenerative medicine, natural biologic treatments with powerful healing properties to repair and restore damaged joint tissue. No surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Just real results. The kind of treatment I wish I had access to during my playing days, and now you do. Imagine this summer playing around at golf, chasing the kids, and just enjoying a walk without the pain. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-228-4544. They now have offices in Grove City and Canal Winchester.
This summer, something wild is coming to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens soon. Get closer than ever to Mexican wolves, river otters, and more in stunning new habitats. Experience wildlife and conservation in action. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White with our 10 weather impact forecast here for your Sunday afternoon. We're tracking the chance for a few showers and storms, otherwise highs into the 60s. And then for tonight, temperatures cooling down to the upper 40s with a few showers and storms early on. For Monday, we'll see another chance for showers and storms, especially for the afternoon with highs into the 60s. And that chance of rain will linger into Tuesday before we finally see drier conditions and more sunshine with highs in the 70s on Wednesday. And that's your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. The Fan Calling Show. Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The show that allows you, the sports fan, to be the star.
And if you want to be the star of the call-in show today, 614-821-9710. And Scotty, bad job out of us in the first segment. If you are the star of all stars today, our favorite caller, you have a pretty big prize to give away.
Yeah, yes we do, as we have Reds tickets for the day game against the White Sox on May 15th. And I've seen these seats. They're really, really good seats. So, yeah, give us a call, 614-821-9710. A lot of different things that we can get into today. We can talk about the Cavs and the playoff run that they're on. Can they actually get over the hump, win against the Celtics, get to the NBA Finals? Who knows? How far can this Cavs team go? I want to know your guys' opinion. And then the other thing we're looking at is best days in sports on the sports calendar and what is the best one-off events, right? We had the Kentucky Derby yesterday. That was fun to throw a party on Kentucky Derby Day. But we also want to know, what is, if you had one sports calendar day to look forward to, what would that day be? I said, for me, it's close between the first day of the NCAA tournament and also January 1st, which, of course, now you get 3 college football playoff games on that date. So I love that date. There's a lot of different days out there. The OSU-Michigan game. You said your number one was March Madness as well.
Yeah, I mean, that first day of March Madness is so good. Again, 614-821-9710, a pair of tickets to the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago White Sox. It is a Wednesday afternoon game. Thursday afternoon game. Not this coming week, but the following week. So our favorite caller will pick up those tickets.
And they're great seats, Ryan. They are great seats. And guess who's going to be sitting right by you?
Oh, boy. Scotty Vegas.
With Dave.
Congratulations, by the way, to the Ohio State lacrosse team this week, winning their first Big Ten championship. They avenged a loss from a couple weeks ago to Maryland. They beat them 14-10. So congratulations to Nick Myers and crew on that. Also, real fast, Jackson Corville. a kicker. Ohio State just added in the transfer portal a Centerville kid from Ball State, just a sophomore last year, 11 of 13 on his kicks, 2 of 2 from 50. I think if there's one spot Ohio State has been weak here recently, it's been the special teams. I feel like some competition to come in here and push Jaden Fielding a little bit. Whether Corville can end up taking over the starting job or not, I don't know. But competition, we hear all the time, iron sharpens iron, right? Ohio State has been not the best in special teams recently. I love a little competition at the kicker spot.
I absolutely love the competition at the kicker spot. This was one where it's funny. It's early May, and I made an audible yes in the living room when I saw this come across Twitter. My wife's like, "What are you so excited about?" Like it's nothing going on. It's a rainy Saturday afternoon, and I'm like, "Oh, you just landed a kicker. This is great." And the funny thing is, I got a funny story about this kid too. I had a bet last year, Ryan, on this Ball State Northern Illinois game. And I had just taken Northern Illinois on the money line. And this kid, let me pull his name again.
Jackson
Corville ends up hitting a 50-yarder to ruin my money line parlay. As Ball State, they were awful last year. They were horrendous, but they beat Northern Illinois on a 50-yard field goal at the very end, a 52-yard field goal at the very end. So, yeah, obviously he's got a big leg.
You hated him then. You love him now.
Love him now.
Guy broke Mike Nugent's high school record at Centerville with the longest kick, hit a 55-yarder, I believe, in the playoffs against Marysville to break the school record for the Centerville Elks. So congratulations to him. And
absolutely.
Big ad for the Buckeyes. Again, the number 614-821-9710. You call in. You'll give us your name. You'll tell us what school you're representing. We'll play a fun sounder for you. And then you can get into your question or your comment. We've got Jacob on line 1. Jacob, good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show. Hello, Jacob.
Oh,
did we lose Jacob?
Yep, I think we did. Actually, I think all the lines just went down at 1 second there. So we'll work to get the lines back up and running. 614-821-9710. I know we had about 4 people on hold there. I think the lines got erased, so we will get back to your phone calls in a second. 614-821-9710. Give us a call.
Back to Ohio State here and the transfer portal. Big out of Ohio State, right, to not lose any scholarship players.
Huge.
And this world that we live in where teams are flip-flopping rosters all the time, people coming, people going. And we know Ohio State lost a couple after the season in the transfer portal. But in this spring window, and I believe Ohio State lost 5 guys that were walk-ons, and they probably lost a lot of those because the uncertainty with the 105 roster limit, not one single scholarship player left.
It's incredible. And Dave and I were talking about this last hour where there's so much talk about, okay, well, the one weakness on this team going in might be the defensive tackle depth. Right. And we were kind of talking about, you know what, Ryan Day making those comments kind of lights a fire under the guys that are currently here. So while they weren't able to add a defensive tackle, it doesn't look like they're going to do that in this time. What I think it does, him making those comments also gets to those guys and kind of lights that fire a little bit, Ryan. And so I think he's playing kind of a little bit of a game with making those comments. And look, he did the exact same thing last year with the offensive line, saying, hey, we need offensive line. It's our weakness going into the year. We just saw what happened in the OSU Missouri bowl game where the offensive line was terrible and they talked up, okay, we need guys. And so what did it do? It kind of lit a fire under the guys that were currently here. And I think that's the case with the defensive tackle and the depth issues for Ohio State. Let's see the guys that are currently here step up a little bit.
I hope so. I love that starting two on the inside of Edric Houston and Caden McDonald.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does light a fire under the Taiwan Malones, the Jason Moores guy like that. It looks like we got the phone lines going back on again. Here's Jason on line 2. Jason, good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
Hey, how you guys doing? I am from London, the Red Raiders.
Tell me likey. Tell me want wingy.
Go ahead, Jason.
All right, you guys are talking about the Kentucky Derby, so I'm friends of a family. There was a jockey in it riding the chocolate gold yesterday. I think Baker knows some of the family too, so it was exciting to have a party. I was really nervous for him right before they took off because we were rooting for him so bad. But he took ninth place. But you talk about a big sports day, and one of my favorite ones anymore is that first Sunday of the NFL, because you feel like most teams still kind of have a chance to at least make the playoffs. You're looking for some new players to break out. Like, who would have thought Washington Commanders would have did what they did last year? Just as one example. So that's probably one of my favorite sports days right now.
It is a great day, the first Sunday of the NFL. I do not know Jared or the family, but I do have friends of them, and I know they were super excited yesterday as he got to ride in the Kentucky Derby. And I did, because I knew some people that know him. I did put a little bit of money on Chunk of Gold yesterday, just because.
All right, I like that. And Jason, I love the call on the first Sunday of the NFL. Cam, let's hook up Jason with an ESPN Bet Sportsbook dining credit. We'll get him $25 to get whatever he wants this month. They actually have all-you-can-eat ribs there.
I heard that.
So that's a heck of a deal. So, yeah, we'll get you a dining credit. We still have Reds tickets to give away. Number is 614-821-9710. But that's such a great call by Jason on the first Sunday of the NFL. And I can specifically remember sitting at the casino on that day where you have 8 games going on at once in that 1 o'clock hour, and it's the first time you've had that. You've had a long summer of no NFL action, and then all of a sudden at 1 o'clock you see 8 games on. It's fantastic.
I love what he said about the hope. All of the teams, all of the fan bases have hope on that day. For the Browns, as a Browns fan, like draft day is always your Super Bowl, and opening day is the last day you have hope. So
well, how about this too? We're sitting there at the casino, and I'm with Dave, who's a big Bengals fan, and the Bengals lose on that opening Sunday to a terrible Patriots team.
You can't win the Super Bowl, but you can lose it on opening day. That's for sure. Again, 614-821-9710 is the number. Sean, April, hang on the line. We will get to you next in 2 minutes on The Fan.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $7.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $7.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great. For a limited time at participating salons.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale runs May 3rd through May 9th.
Visit our Columbus area salons.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I always have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood. It's luscious. I swear by 2 things, water and Weed Man. Weed Man is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will make sure your lawn is weed-free and looking gorgeous. Of course, they get rid of weeds, but they also do aeration, mosquito control, grub control, crabgrass prevention, and flea and tick control for your 4-legged friends. For a free quote, give them a call, 614-733-3747, weedmanusa.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Patasko locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have your road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at RCDRV.com.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. Back to the show of the fans, by the fans, and for these crazy fans. The Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
You guys have loaded up the phone line, so let's go right back out to them. Sean, you've been waiting the longest. Good morning, Sean. You're up next on the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning, guys. Let me give a shout-out to my alma mater, the Golden Falcons of Franklin Heights High School.
Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Go ahead, Sean.
All right, fellas. So the first one's got to be, New Year's Day. I mean, being a Buckeye fan and a Big Ten fan my whole life, put a little pork and kraut in the crock pot about 8 a.m. Then you get, the Outback Bowl or whatever at 11. And then you got 3 Big Ten games in a row. Then you get a little, after the Rose Bowl, you're kind of eating second round. And then you get a little taste of the SEC. But if we're talking about events, in quotation marks, events, it's got to be the first day of the draft, guys. I mean, that's the day that, again, you talked about the caller earlier that having hope on that first week. This is like perpetual hope. I mean, got to be that, guys.
It's a great call, Sean. And it's funny how the NFL draft used to be an all-day thing. And now they've put it into this TV event. You get the Thursday night with the first round, and then Friday night, the second and third round. And guess what? We're watching it like crazy. The draft this year did record numbers on TV because people have to see it. I think it also helped to keep people interested that you had the story of Shedeur Sanders in the slide. People complained about ESPN talking about it so much, but it was something that people wanted to see and watch. So
that is a good call on the draft. And going back to New Year's Day, the amazing thing is New Year's Day, to me, kind of took a back seat for a while there when we would have not great college football bowl games, right? Once we got to the point where you had a lot of opt-outs and it was like it kind of took a lot of the luster away from New Year's Day for several years. And then this last year is where it got its momentum back because you have 3 back-to-back-to-back playoff games. So it's so good that we finally have New Year's Day back to being an awesome day because it got kind of lame there for 5 or 6 years where you'd have maybe 2 interesting bowl games, and now with the playoffs, it's a totally different story.
614-821-9710 is the number to call. Plenty of lines open for you. Let's head back out to those lines. Let's go to Nicholas. Nicholas, good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning.
Morning, Nicholas. Go ahead.
Oh, and they're gone.
Yeah,
Nicholas is gone. Let's go to Larry. Larry, good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show, Larry.
Good morning. Yeah, I'd have to say biggest day for me would be final round of the Masters. I had the pleasure of being there twice for the final round, and it's just nothing like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest with you, that's probably number 1 on my bucket list is still getting at some point to go to Augusta and getting down there. And final round, you're absolutely right. I'll be honest with you. If I had the opportunity to pick any day to be able to go down to Augusta, I would probably love to do it on that Friday. That final round, I love watching it on TV because you get to see all the drama and all the action unfold. I'm sure it's amazing to be there, but for me, I would almost rather be there on that Friday because you have so many guys still in contention at that point. You got the cut line. To me, Friday would be the day to go down and Sunday the day to watch on TV.
Obviously, Sunday would be so fun at the Masters. Yeah. I think going down for the par 3 and all of that stuff before the Masters would be awesome, too. The practice rounds and the par 3 contests and all of that. I think that would be a great day at the Masters, personally. Sunday would be so fun, though. 614-821-9710. I'm seeing 2 Darians here. Do we have 2 or is it just line 2? Okay, so we got Darian on line 1. Let's go to Darian. Good morning, Darian. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Along similar lines of what I've been hearing, instead of just the regular draft, I got to go with Fantasy Draft Day. Along the same lines of building hope for the season, but instead of having the draft and then going through the summer of workouts and just kind of getting through to the fall, especially depending on when you schedule your fantasy draft. That's when all hopes are up and you're picking your team and you're hanging out with your friends and it's great vibes all around. So I got to go with that day.
Oh, my goodness. That is such a great call. I didn't even think about that. Let's hook him up with the Reds tickets. And you're going to be going to the Reds White Sox game. That is a week from Thursday. It's a day game. It's great seats. It's going to be fun. That is such a good call because that fantasy draft day is also a day that you always look forward, especially if you're getting together with your friends. Now, there's two different ways. Some people do it where they do an online draft, and that's still a good time because you're prepped for it, and that's fun. You can do smack talk. But if you're getting a group of people together, let's say you're going out and, hey, let's meet up at the bar or in somebody's man cave, and you can get your friends together, that draft day is special.
I remember the first fantasy football draft I ever did. We did it at Damon's in Grove City, and that was such a fun time. Now, it's fun to do it online, and there's been times where we'll do it online, but we'll all, most of us will be in the same room or whatnot and all of that. But if you can do it in person, something like that is so fun. I feel like Darian is a lot like our guy AR, Anthony Rothman here, talking about that fantasy draft, because we know his fantasy drafts are a highlight for him as well. But I like how he took that a different way there, kind of thought outside the box a little bit on that.
Absolutely. And let me throw another day out you that has gotten better. And it's kind of that first weekend of the NFL playoffs now, because now we've got more NFL playoff games. You're generally going to get 3 games. So you're going to get a day game, a night or an afternoon game, and then a late night game. So that day has gotten better too, because generally the first round of the playoffs is a lot of fun as well.
614-821-9710 is the number. Drew, you're up next on the Fan Call-In Show. Good morning, Drew. Do you have a school you're representing?
Yeah, Northeastern High School, Springfield, Ohio. I say my favorite event day has always been Thanksgiving for football, and lately it's been Christmas past couple years because you basically have the same day twice in a calendar. But my greatest sports day ever is something you might only get to witness once in a lifetime, which was Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals. And I just remember that day. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget where I was, what I did the whole day, and just the amount of celebrating that was going on after Kyrie hit the 3. The whole bar went nuts, and I was shaking hands and bouncing off of people I've never met before, never talked before. I just hope that other people that haven't got to witness stuff like that have the ability to before they move on.
That's a interesting call, and I wonder if anybody would talk about that as well with the you said something about going back and reliving a day, and it made me think of a sports moment. Like, to me, I think one of the ones that will always be there for me is the 2002 National Championship, because it was the first one in my lifetime, and that team was just so special going up against the juggernaut that was Miami. That's one as a personal, like going back. It's not a single day, but going back to the Blue Jackets sweep in Tampa, that will always be something that I will, if that's on TV, chances are I'm going to be watching it again.
Yeah, we all have a handful of memories where, oh my gosh, I could go back to that day and relive that one. The 2002 National Championship against Miami, of course. But even for me, like, as far as days that I just had so much fun even leading into the game, is I remember that 59-0 against Wisconsin. I went to that game in Indy, and we just had so much fun. We did a fun trip over, met a bunch of friends, and there was just like a party in the stands. Now, there's been better, more exciting games that I've been at, but as far as fun that I had that day, that 59-0 day where Ohio State wins the Big Ten championship over Wisconsin in a game where we had no idea what to expect because Cardale Jones was taking over the quarterback position. That was a day that, I would love to go back and relive.
I'll tell you one, and it's recent, and I think I'm going to remember it more than the national championship, was being with you guys out at Hollywood Casino for the Oregon game.
Mm-hmm.
In that first half, I was so excited, but I was just in awe, like, what is happening right now? Because I don't think anybody saw 34-0 and just the beatdown that Ohio State put on that Oregon team that was probably the second best team in the country.
Well, the amazing thing, Ryan, is we really have 4 of those that you would love to relive
for sure
within about a month.
But
right?
that's the one that to me, I think I'm always going to remember the most.
Yeah, but also just think of running around like a crazy fool during the Scoop and Sawyer.
Scoop and Sawyer.
Yeah, the Scoop and Sawyer. Like, to me,
You were the crazy fool. There was a bunch of them there. You were the crazy fool in that one.
We talk about the greatest 2 minutes in sports, right? Gosh, the 2 minutes of the aftermath of excitement after that Scoop and Score, I'm not sure if you can replicate that. That was incredible.
For a Buckeye fan, that might have been the greatest 15 seconds in sports.
Yes.
Right? Because that was amazing. 614-821-9710. That is the number. One more segment of the call-in show to go. Carol, we see you're on the line. Hang on. You will be first next on the Fan Call-In Show.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your car. Limit 8. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Spring showers revealing roofing or siding issues? Trust the pros at Newman Roofing for expert care, white glove service, and quality you can count on. Schedule your estimate today and take advantage of special financing options. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from The Diamond Seller, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Seller, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Seller on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondseller.com.
Hey Sports Cards fans, I'm Jeff with my buddy Adam, and we run Huggy Kissy Bear breaks on the Whatnot app. What's a card break? Simple. We open boxes of cards live, you pick your team, and we send you all the hits. With over 2,300 5-star reviews, we're all about you. New to card breaks? No sweat. We've got you covered with a sweet welcome package from us. Download the Whatnot app and follow us on Instagram and TikTok to view all of our past Sugar Bear hits. Huggy Kissy Bear breaks, where collectors win big.
Let's go to the floor with some late-breaking developments on the markets. Jim?
Up things are down things are up.
Sounds like things
You don't understand. Right is left, lemons are sweet, spaghetti is cold, the milk is warm.
Okay, but are you seeing anything that maybe smart-minded money people should know about?
Yeah. Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Probably one of the most stable things you can do is an Apex Pros air conditioner tune-up.
Air conditioner tune-ups, you say?
Oh yeah, Apex Pros knows most expensive summer breakdowns can be prevented by getting a tune-up now.
Yes, it's known that a tuned-up AC lowers energy bills, which is important to...
Oh, this is unbelievable.
What, big sell-off? Huge increase?
No, I spilled coffee on my new shirt. Anyway, tune-up save on energy bills, plus make your air conditioner last years longer.
Good to know Apex Pros keeps things stable and predictable.
That's on my pants, too. This is the worst day. This is historic. You know that.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring into savings at Ohio Mulch. Get your mulch as easy as ever. Save $50 on home delivery now through Sunday. All you got to do is visit OhioMulch.com today.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, you're the Carfax guy.
The Carfax from Carfax.
Wow.
And you, sir, work at Tire Discounters.
I sure do.
The Carfax top-rated service center.
Oh, right. You know, a lot of that's because of our services. But people think we're just about tires.
Maybe it's your name.
Yeah?
Tire Discounters. And your jingle.
Oh, you like it?
I think it needs something.
Yeah? Like what?
Hit it. Plus brakes, oil changes, shocks, and struts, and more. Now that speaks to me.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Pataska locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have your road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
This summer, something wild is coming to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens soon. Get closer than ever to Mexican wolves, river otters, and more in stunning new habitats. Experience wildlife and conservation in action. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
When you get ECO to fix your HVAC system,
we give you back all the money you paid us to repair that old system.
When you finally need to buy a new one from us,
up to $1,500.
Get ECO.
ECO. All those extra years of service for free.
On me.
GetEco.com.
Need a new heating or cooling system? Booking a free in-home estimate with Logan Services is easier than ever. In just minutes, you can schedule your appointment on our website. It's fast, simple, and hassle-free. Book a time that works best for you. We offer appointments throughout the week and on weekends. And next day installation is available now. When you need help, we're here for you. For the home of fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Ever want to be a radio star?
It's all about the radio.
Or at least hear your voice on the air?
The radio's all yours now.
This is the show for you. This is the Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Final segment of the call-in show. Thanks to all of you that have called in already and the calls we're going to get to. In the break, we were talking to Tim May. Tito and Tim May, by the way, coming up next on the Fan Sports Sunday. Tim May was telling us about last year when he got his hole-in-one. Mm-hmm. That will be the best sports day ever, by the way, if I ever get a hole-in-one.
Yep.
That will be number one.
I know, and I almost had that great sports day. 2 inches past the hole last week. 2 inches. And we were talking about
Story
Tim.
of your life.
We were talking about Tim May, and he hit his next shot after the hole-in-one into the trees with the same ball he hit the hole-in-one on. Unfortunately, he found it. I'll tell you, the one where I missed it by 2 inches past the hole, I had a yellow ball. And so the other guys in the group are like, oh, great. So you hit a hole in, if you had hit a hole in one, you would have had a yellow ball on display.
Who cares? I don't care if it's a pink ball at that point.
Exactly.
It's going in the trophy case. Let's head back out to the phone lines. Let's go to Carol. Carol, good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning. Good morning. I want to do a shout out to the Grandview Heights Bobcats and especially our hometown Luke Lachey, now a Houston Texan after the draft. We're just really excited for him. Great kid, great leader, just a great family, not just a football dynasty, but a family dynasty. And we're really happy to have them be a part of our hometown.
Carol, that is absolutely true. Yes, fantastic, and so glad he got drafted.
Oh, my gosh, we were waiting and waiting. So we're not going to call him Mr. Irrelevant. He was close, but he's going to become Mr. Relevant. We think he's going to get there, and we're looking forward to watching it and being a part of it. But for me, this year has been all about the Cleveland Cavs. Huge fan. I could rewatch any game. I'm killing time today because they pushed the 1 o'clock start to 6 o'clock, but we'll be there. We'll be ready. We'll be cheering for them, and we're ready to see them go all the way.
Thank you so much for the call, Carol. Go Cavs. And how about this for Luke Lachey? Because he got to hear that a couple weeks ago going to the Houston Texans. Let's head back out to the phone lines. Let's go to Vaughn. Vaughn, good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
We're doing good. You got a school you're representing?
We're just going to kick it with the Buckeyes, man.
I never doubted him for a minute.
So I was following along with the conversation of the one-off sports events. I don't know if this counts or if this is cheating, but I would have to throw the Olympics in there. You've never seen so much nationality and pumped up sports fans for sports we've never paid attention to for the last 4 years. Then when you get to the Olympics, and I know that it's not really one-off, but, it's just one time every 4 years. So I kind of wanted to throw that in there. And then to shift the conversation, I have been a victim of sports betting. When Dame tore his Achilles, I needed 5 assists. He had 2 assists in 6 minutes, and it cost me $10 to $2,600. I don't even want to imagine if I put 100 on there, then it's 26,000. About a 25 legger, and it's like, how do they keep getting away with this? No, they don't have a part in it, but it's just something to complain about. You guys have a great one.
Vaughn, thank you so much for the call, and you're absolutely right. And I wish that we could kind of get together as a sports betting industry, and I get things happen, but I feel like if there is an injury that occurs probably in the first quarter of a game, maybe you could say first quarter or even extend it to first half of a game, that I would love to see them make those no action, right? I think that is a fair thing, because look, if you have an injury in the first half, then all of those player props are going to lose. They're going to die, right? And so I wish there would be some kind of insurance where, okay, if something like that occurs, an injury occurs, that maybe you just make that part of the bet no action.
I feel his pain on that one hit away on the parlay, right? The one leg away, because I've had so many of those. Luckily here the past couple weeks, and I haven't been doing too many recently, but the past couple weeks I've had a couple wins, so that has been nice. But man, I hit a stretch there, and you saw a lot of them for about 2-3 months where it was one leg away, and it was so like it was like half a point or half a run, or they were so close.
So I'm suffering from that as we speak, because I had a parlay where it was a 6-leg, and the last leg of it was Scotty Scheffler to win the tournament this week. He's up by 8 going into the final round, so he's going to win it. And that was a bet that only lost by the Knicks losing at the very end to the Pistons. I think it was game 5 that they lost, and I just had a money line. And otherwise, that would have been a multi-$1,000 win. But again, it's one loss in the parlay that absolutely kills you.
James, thanks for holding on the line. You'll be our final caller of the week. Good morning, James.
Good morning, guys. Representing Granville High School and the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Follow me to freedom.
Go ahead, James.
All right, I've talked to you guys a few times, and I normally like to throw out a recipe for you guys, so I got one of those. But nice. I wanted to tell you real quick, my favorite sports moment that I ever personally had was I threw a perfect game and hit a cycle in the same game in a tournament when I was in high school baseball for the Granville Blue Aces.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah, solid day. But for the recipe, we're doing chili stuff, cornbread, and then we're doing ribeyes on the grill. Can't beat that.
Gosh. Ooh-wee. James, we get off the air here in just a couple minutes. We'll be heading your way soon, so thank you for that. But, man, how about that? Some chili, cornbread, and ribeyes on the grill?
Okay, so
I actually have a couple ribeyes in the fridge thawed out right now.
I already am very hungry, all right? And so we have had so much food discussion this morning that I cannot wait to get out of here and get something to eat, Ryan, because honestly my stomach is growling at me. It is very angry.
You got to go light because you got some tennis matches today.
I do have a tennis match at 6.
Can't be running around on a full belly here.
I'm still willing to do it. Now, we did have a debate on the money, because we're doing they're at Hollywood Casino. They are doing all you can eat ribs, and so we had this debate, Ryan, and I'm curious of your answer. If you could have any all you can eat food item, I'm not limiting it to ribs or wings or anything. All you can eat food item, and let's say you have it for a 24-hour period. What is that item that you choose?
I think wings goes right into there, right? Like that's something that you can, and I think one of the places even doing like an all-you-can-eat wing thing right now. I think that would be one that I would consider. I think pizza, though.
Ooh.
I think you could do pizza.
Just all you can
eat pizza for a while.
Any toppings you want. That's
whatever
a great
you
call.
Wanted, yeah.
Like, that slice of pepperoni mushroom was all right, but let me now go with the Supreme. Or, yeah, I'm with you.
And now I feel like you'd almost, in something like that, you'd have to do a thinner crust.
Yeah.
So you don't fill up, with all the thick crust. Like you couldn't do like a Jets deep dish because I don't think you'd get as much. But that might be like a Donato's day where you got that thin crust and you just keep shoveling it in your face.
Well, the great thing, too, is you you could also incorporate dessert pizzas into there as well. And maybe you do a little flatbread. So you can really mix it up with a lot of different varieties. So pizza's a good call.
All kinds of different ways. And wings with that, too. You know, you do like a wing, you could get different sauces and whatnot. So that's a good one as well. Hey, thanks again, all of you, for calling in. It's so fun being with you every Sunday morning for the Fan Call-In Show. Don't go anywhere. Later today, we'll have Reds baseball, but coming up next, it's Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and Tim May. 97.1 The Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $7.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $7.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great. For a limited time at participating salons.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale runs May 3rd through May 9th.
Visit our Columbus area salons.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stopped, opt out. Individual results may vary. Consult a doctor prior to use.
You've lost so much weight. How'd you do it?
I got medical treatment for weight loss through Zelty and lost 50 pounds. I struggled for the longest time, but Zelty makes it easy and affordable to get weight loss treatment 100% online. Zelty providers can prescribe FDA-approved weight loss medications clinically shown to help people lose weight, like Wegovy, Zepbound, and others.
I've heard those medications can help you lose weight, but aren't they expensive?
Zelty can help get the medication covered by insurance, so it's as little as $0 a month.
What if you don't have insurance?
No problem. Zelty may be able to help you get other GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% off the price of name brand medications.
I'm ready to start losing weight. How do I get started with Zelty?
Just text.
Text LOSE to 200-300 to get started today with Zelty and see if weight loss medications like Wegovy and Zepbound are right for you. Don't wait. Text now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text LOSE to 200-300. That's LOSE to 200-300. LOSE to 200-300.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward here with a challenge. Well, a challenge might not be the best choice of words, so let's say an opportunity. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th with Awaken 180. Has a different ring to it when you have a finish line, doesn't it? 40 by the 4th. Maybe you looked at the scale this morning and it read 230 pounds. How about it reading 190 by the 4th of July? Maybe the scale says 300. Wouldn't the 260 number be a little nicer on your eyes and on your knees? It's attainable if you have the same results we all had with Awaken 180. I dropped 40 pounds in just 8 weeks. There's no reason you can't drop 40 by the 4th and be feeling as great as I still do now. Ring Independence Day in healthy, confident, and most important, feeling happy. You reached your goal with the help of Awaken 180. So fire up your grill and grab your beverage of choice because the weight's staying off thanks to free support for life. 40 by the 4th. Set your goal and reach it. Reserve your consultation online at awaken180weightloss.com.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Wealth Advisors. We're an independent financial planning firm ready to help you make the right decision for yourself, your family, and your future. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. Safe Harbor OH.